Empire 3, Sanctification by Michael J. Findley, narrated by Martin. 1. Anything you leave behind you'll never see again, growled Tara. Let's get going. He embraced and kissed his wife and walked out the front door. The 5 others followed him away from the waterfall to the top of a small knoll. When they crested it, they saw the ever-present forest become a thicket which deepened into darkness. As they descended into it, the thicket darkened and became a large hole. The slope did not change as the shrubs and trees gave way to walls of compacted earth. The daylight was still quite strong, even though they had walked 20 or 30 meters since entering the thicket. Suddenly, the earthen walls gave way to metal as the light behind them began to fade. Beneath their feet, the slope steepened slightly, revealing a small pinpoint of light in the distance. Tara switched on a small light attached to his belt, and the group continued down the incline in silence. After nearly 15 minutes of descent, the pinpoint seemed to grow slightly. Gradually, the dot of light grew, until it seemed that the walls themselves were giving off the light. However, as they drew closer, it became apparent that the light was behind the walls, and that the walls themselves seemed transparent. When they reached the light, they stopped to gaze at the breathtaking beauty before them, which only a few steps before had been so distorted as to be unrecognizable. The earth itself seemed transparent, apparently enabling them to see the side of a golden spacecraft. "I've never seen anything like this," said Michael. "The taper is so slight that only from this distance does it appear to change in diameter. And how do you manufacture a skin without any visible seams, cracks, openings, and any interruptions of any kind? And what kind of propulsion system does she have which allows her to come to a point at each end?" She was widest about 2/3 back. Immediately behind this point were 8 enormous fins, the only thing to break her lines. The nearly rectangular fins were of 2 sizes, spaced equidistant around the hull, with the much larger fins in the horizontal and vertical positions. The tunnel they had walked down ended abruptly against the widest part of the hull, immediately before the fins. "As an underground society," said Tara, ignoring Michael's questions, "we had to be able to get from one population center to another very quickly. So what you see is nothing more than a global shuttle, though it has been to the moon." Michael and Randolph exchanged glances. "Please, gentlemen, don't ask," Tara added. "The current volume of shuttle traffic would make a lunar run suicidal. Even our trip to Olympus is dangerous." "What is the power source?" Michael queried again. Tara smirked. "You imperialists think you've harnessed the atom. You merely—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?